Hey guys, good afternoon. Good seeing everybody again. Once again, always thank you for the coverage you guys give us, and thanks for the hard work you guys do and providing the coverage we need and making us recognized out there in the community, across the state, across the nation. Really good practice for us today. Obviously coming off of last week, and a little. Not a full bye week, but you get a little bit of break in between with the 10-day turnaround, and get a chance to kind of spend some time looking at yourself a little bit from a few different angles with the extra couple days in between, and I thought we handled it really well over the last 48 to 72 hours in terms of giving our guys a little time, a little bit of space, and then being able to also flush them and get them moving, and then really kind of get ourselves back on what is a normal cycle of how we do things today. Treating today almost like what a Tuesday would look like for us. Coming off the game, really proud of how we were able to finish in the fourth quarter. That's really been a strong suit for us going through all season in terms of how we finish games in the second half, how we finish games in the fourth quarter. We feel like as the game goes along, we get stronger, more confident, guys stepping up, a lot of guys making plays, and you see our sideline continue to be energized throughout 60 minutes plus, and it's one of the hardest things to kind of capture is how you can kind of maintain your intensity for 60 minutes plus. Our guys are doing a really good job with that. I really love the recognition a lot of our guys, and our team is getting, a lot of guys, our players individually are getting. Marcus Fuqua, I think, is leading the nation in interceptions right now, and Sean Dolek's leading the nation in solo tackles right now. Alex McNulty's leading the nation in field goals made right now. We got a number of guys that are playing at an extremely high level for us, and then it always goes right back to the team. Our process, our daily process, and how we do things and why we do things, and every single person doing their part. It's the scout team player that's going to take the right amount of reps to do the small right thing in the moment to help the guy in front of him get prepared. It's the guy that's going to go to class on time. It's the guy that's going to get in and out of weight room, take care of his business. How we do things on the field, how we do things off the field, why we do things, and not what we do, but who we are. So much more important for us. And then we're getting ourselves ready to play a really, really talented Ohio team that's hot. These guys are really good. These guys are well coached. Coach Albin does an outstanding job in terms of preparing his team. They're sound on offense, defense, and special teams. They play really tough and physical defensively. They play downhill. They attack. They're playing their best football the last 2 weeks, giving up the least amount of points. And then offensively, they have a weapon at the quarterback position that makes a lot of plays. They have a very talented wide receiver group. Freshman running backs doing a very good job for them right now, coming over from Maryland, and he's a good player. He does a good job, and he's a good player. And we know we got our hands full with a team that's playing well right now, going into the month of November, and getting ourselves prepared to take on a big opponent on the road. National TV, ESPN2 on Tuesday, all the things we look for to get for public recognition of the guys that are doing a really good job. We're going to get ourselves ready to go and put our best foot forward.
As you look back and review a little bit, as you mentioned, of your own team over these extra couple days, what did you learn about your team that maybe surprised you or convinced you of what you already knew?
Yeah, not a surprise. Just you kind of see a continuation of what I love right now is we continue to play our best football as the weeks go on. We got a lot of guys that are playing very well for us. We're a different team than what we were 2 months ago, probably beginning a training camp in the middle of August, and so many other things that we talk to our team about, having that mindset and that mental edge, having physical toughness, playing with discipline, being relentless and nonstop. You're able to see those things come true on the field for us. I love the fact that I think we're second least penalized team in the Mid-American Conference right now, right there near the top in terms of playing with discipline in the moment and doing the next right thing in the moment. Time of possession's a category that's been really good for us all year. I think we're number one in the Mid-American Conference in time of possession. Situational football, we've been executing down the stretch. Third down, red zone, 2 minutes, short yardage, backed up, goal line, coming out, middle, late, all the situations that present themselves in the game, and handling the situations the right way. And then you see playmakers stepping up, quarterbacks playing well, receivers and playing very good with the ball in their hands. We're getting the guys the ball in space, and they're making plays. We got a trio of runners that are doing a really good job for us. Robbie Mangus, Trevor Borland, Ray Embry, all at the tight end position. I love how our O-line's been developing throughout the season. Jack Haas been very consistent for us. Gabe Wallace has been an anchor all year. Des Bissett, really, really good player for us. Isaiah Wright at the tackle position. And then Tyler Doty inside's done a very good job for us as well. On the defensive side, our defensive line is playing with an edge. They're playing with a chip on their shoulder. They're attacking and playing downhill. Mentioned Sean Dolek. You got James Patterson, who's the #1 leader in career starts in the history of UB football. football, made his 51st career start. I love how he's playing in the mindset and the leadership he's providing us. John Muse has been a playmaker in the secondary. Obviously, Marcus Fuqua with the 3 interceptions he had last week and his ability to get his hands on the ball. And then we're covering people. Keyshawn's doing a really good job in the slot. We got a couple corners outside. Isaiah King, this guy has been battling and doing a really good job for us, forcing a fumble, running the guy down. And then Caleb Alford, who's done nothing but get better and better for us every single week. Alex Minoti's kicking the ball with a ton of confidence. We love the way our punters punted very well in the second half. Had a couple miscues and he responded well. We're snapping the ball with a lot of consistency with Evan Davis. Our protection's clean. We're sprinting, cover, tackling, playing clean on special teams, and we just got to continue to build on where we are.
Is this the beginning of bowl season, really, this game? Because a win makes you bowl eligible and kind of sets you up to almost run the table in the match.
All those things are true, and all of those things are fair, and I think it's an extremely good point. Not to give you a coach answer, but we really want to just play better than we did last week. And whatever that means in terms of implications and all those other things, we have to control our controllables and maximize the moment that we're in. And we do that by being 1-0 today. But not necessarily worry about the outcome and the results of if this happened, this may happen. But, how do I block better? How do I fit my gap? How do I play fundamentally sound? How do I do the small right thing in the moment? Is my foot supposed to be 6 inches to the left or to the right? Am I stepping at a flat angle or a 45-degree angle? Am I seeing the laces on the hold and the kick out and then going through my moment and making sure I go through the kick or not? How do I just execute in the moment? And the results are going to all take care of themselves. And we really, really try to stay laser focused on what's in front of us. We have so much competition in this league, and every single day we wake up, we know we're fighting for it. We're scratching, we're clawing, we're fighting to get after it, and we just want to stay in the moment, put our back up against the wall, and continue to put our best foot forward.
What is it about playing in Ohio that, UB's overall record isn't as good as, playing somewhere else?
Yeah, we want to be
At home versus playing them there.
It's very true. I mean, the series, even when I was here 10, 12 years ago, the series with Ohio always felt like was just always a back and forth. They're always consistently good. UB's been consistently good. They have good players. We have good players. There's a team that's kind of always in the back of your mind a little bit. They're gonna come ready to play. You know how well they're coached. Going back to Coach Frank Solich, who's a Hall of Fame type coach, who's done an outstanding job of, number one, building that program and making it what it is right now, and then passing it down to Tim Albin and the job he's doing. Offensive coordinator taking over the head coach. There's consistency on the staff. Their kids play together and they play hard. They're used to winning. They've gone to consecutive bowl games. They have a history and a tradition of doing well. And you got to tighten up your shoelaces and buckle your helmet tight when that game comes around the corner. So, it's match and play, right? It's all the things that the MAC provides. Mid-American Conference, extremely competitive league. It's big-time football on national TV, and you got to be ready to go.
James Patterson was on the team at 18 and went down to Ohio and lost, but what kind of role has he taken this year, especially this last few days, these last few days, in saying, emphasizing the importance of this game, approaching bowl eligibility?
What James provides to us is experience. Having gone through these type of games and gone through, what an entire season looks like from a starter's position, from a productive player's position in the Mid-American Conference. Here's what you have to do on a week in and week out basis to be successful. I get James, I stand him up in front of the team. Hey, James, talk to the team about this. Talk to the team about what it's like playing at Ohio. Talk to the team what it's like coming off of a road win in a action game, and what do you have to do when you turn around? What's it like for these things? And he brings us so much perspective because of the experience he has. And then we all know who he is on the football field. He's just a reliable, dependable guy.
Coach, you wore your emotions on your sleeve after the Toledo game. So just starting 0-3, now 5-0, how you always preach consistency, but how your emotions kind of fluctuated this season, and you always try to preach consistency. How those emotions?
Yeah, I think it's fair. What you saw maybe on social media is kind of what you saw after Mac Tough drill and on a Tuesday practice. We take a lot of pride in maximizing every ounce of energy and every second and every day we have with our guys. And, my job as the leader of the organization and program is to move it forward, push it forward. And you do that when you're fully committed to what you're doing, when you pour everything you have into your guys and your coaching staff, into your building every single day. And, we're real with our guys. We don't We don't, it's not what I want it to be. It's not what I hope it is. It's what is it? And then when you own those things and you have, extreme ownership and complete ownership in what you're doing, you're able to be real and honest. And if an emotion comes out in one way or the other, we allow those things to happen because that's real, right? It's not about necessarily for us being, people say, well, you got to be positive or you got to kind of stay negative. Or, I don't know and this is what I know. You got to be real. Right, you got to be real, be genuine, be you. We want to be us, be who we are. And I love my players. I love my guys. I love my staff. I love what we're doing. I got the best job in the United States of America. I love where I am. I love the people that I'm surrounded with. And we want to just continue to drive Buffalo forward and continue to make us into a nationally known program.
Marcus Cooper, he's really blossomed this season. Where and how have you seen growth in him since you got here?
Sure. I remember, Rachel, back in the spring, and we talked about Marcus and maybe a little bit over the summer with Paul Peck. He's a guy that we talked about from the onset of just consistency, daily discipline. It's the slight edge of doing the small right things over long periods of time, and those things accumulate and add up, and then you see the results. Game 1 against Maryland, Marcus Fuqua has an interception. He comes back in the middle of Bowling Green. He makes plays. He's just continuing to I think he's scratching the surface right now. What he has to do is, he has to be his own biggest critic. We have to be our own biggest critic. That's how you really improve and grow. Not be a prisoner of any moment, good or bad, but how do you go right back to the process of what you have to do to improve? Can I go to weights on time and put the right weight on the bar, take care of my reps, do it with a lot of intensity and passion, and do it that way every single day? Can I just stay in the moment and then own the process of what I have to do to improve and grow? And because he's done the small right things the right way over long periods of time, those are the hard things for everybody in our industry. It's hard for you guys to wake up every single day, get after it. Sometimes you don't want to write the memo. Sometimes you don't want to write the long story that's going to go on the paper. How do you do the small right things over long periods of time? Marcus is owning that, and you're seeing him play very well because of it.
Isaiah King got a little time in the spotlight for the play that he made on Saturday, but beyond that, can you talk a little bit about his career? He's been here longer than anybody else on your team, in and out of the starting lineup, kind of different positions, different roles. What does his perseverance say to you about what kind of person and player
Great.
he is?
I appreciate you asking this question, Paul. I mean, we highlighted Isaiah King, the night before the game, and everything that you mentioned is what we talked about to the team. A guy that probably had a ton of opportunities to maybe complain or be upset or not like his role. All he did was stay in the moment and work and stayed ready. He wasn't trying to get ready. He wasn't trying to, now I'm ready. He just stayed ready, right? It's either you're getting ready to play or you're staying ready and you're prepared for the moment. And you go back to Eastern Michigan, right? He starts at corner. He makes plays. He makes a fourth down stop when they run a stop route against him that turns the ball over. We get the ball back. We score on that drive. And all he's done the entire year, and so I'm so proud of him, is that he's just owned the moment, stayed in the moment. Our team loves him. He loves the team. And I think when he forced that fumble, everybody looks at the result of that play. It's a big-time play, big-time game. He forces a fumble, gets the ball back. If you kind of go back and rewind the film, you see him chase a guy down for 30 yards. Before he was able to make the play on the forced fumble, he had to chase him down. And then you see the grit and determination of a guy. I think really, the how you do things and why you do things is really ultimately what separates people, because, everybody can know kind of what to do. How and why is what came out of him, how he chased the guy down, forced a fumble, got the ball back, double-digit tackles in the game, covered well all week, and you're seeing him ascending and just continuing to get better. Really proud of him, proud of the team, proud of a guy like him. He's a great example and story to emulate.
Curtis, injury question. Damon Williams, he left the game last Saturday. You got a diagnosis or any form of knowing what his availability?
Yeah, we took him out a little precautionary in the game. He had a really good day today. We anticipate him being ready to go.
Curtis Rourke didn't play against you in the game against Ohio last year. Where have you seen the career path for him to the point now that he's leading the MAC in passing?
Right.
And certainly maybe the biggest reason why Ohio is taking the steps.
Right. I think the team has gone how he's gone. He's throwing for over 300 yards a game. He's extremely efficient. 16 or 17 touchdown passes, 3 or 4 interceptions, those kind of ratios, those kind of numbers, you see a guy at that quarterback spot that's playing with confidence. He's putting the ball where it needs to be. He's got a strong arm. He's very, very big and sturdy and athletic. And you see a team that's kind of rallied around that quarterback. He's another kind of example of a guy that I think has probably persevered through his career. We didn't see him last year, and you watch him this year. He's competitive as heck and makes plays, and we know he's going to be a big challenge for us.
Anything else for Coach?
Great. Thanks for your time, everyone.